Okay, so it seems like there's more updates to this whole neurosama situation. Now, if you don't know, in my last video, we covered a situation with neurosama where essentially she's taken over this entire event, which is being run by cdawg right now. And obviously, it's a canvas event where essentially people can put down a pixel and create, artwork for their groups and things. Obviously, with a couple of changes to the ones that we've seen on like r/place. This one has like factions and stuff, which is encouraging obviously a lot of creators to join in and get their fans to kind of go to war on a kind of pixel canvas, which I thought was really cool. But one thing that obviously took a lot of people's attention, and obviously you guys really liked in the last video, was the fact that neurosama and our audience have been absolutely taking over the canvas. Every single piece of artwork has been taken over, and I think it's absolutely insane. It's crazy how much they have taken over, right? And well, you thought that this was a lot because it seems like we have an update on this, and well, this is what the canvas is looking like now. Again, they even managed to do some other things, which again, I will obviously cover in a little bit, but essentially, as you can see here, yeah, most of the artwork for neurosama has stayed. If not, it's even evolved into more high quality artwork, and pretty much the entire thing is neurosama, let's be real. And obviously, we've got this one massive piece of art here saying there is no canvas that we do not answer, there is no pixel that we betray, we are the swarm. And obviously, yeah, the swarm have been taking over quite a bit, and including this monstrosity, which is down in the corner here. If you don't know what this is, this little eyeball with some random colors and this weird thing on top, it's actually generated art that neurosama had actually made herself, which I think is crazy. And obviously, that's what Connor has been trying to take down, during the last stream. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to do that due to the fact that the site crashed. There were so many neurosama fans on there that the site literally crashed. The swarm crashed the site again. Now, this isn't the first time. I think this is the second time that they've managed to crash the site. Obviously, this one seems a little bit worse, though. And obviously, there's been a lot of other people on the kind of canvas as well. I mean, a lot of the big VTubers have been getting involved. I mean, we saw, obviously Connor was there with people like Giga, Henya. I think there's so many other people as well that have been getting involved and getting their audience to go over and kind of fight over neurosama on a canvas board, which I thought was really funny. And this kind of event has been so funny overall, and obviously I'll continue to cover it as it goes on, because it's absolutely insane, the sheer power of this swarm and how much they've managed to take over this entire kind of canvas, and also take over many other places as well, with them even making like fake screenshots of like Connor saying, I got 8 gigabytes of RAM on it to for the swarm to crash, streamers rise up. Obviously, they're making like fake screenshots as well of Connor saying like, hey, he purposely made the memory low so the server would crash so that the swarm couldn't take over, which I thought was quite funny. Obviously, even more people talking about it as well, saying crashing cdawgva's canvas because Neuro asked us to is the most swarm thing ever. I love this community. And obviously, yeah, this is like Neuro, talking about it. Obviously, that's the connection error here. And Neuro said, yeah, chat, are you satisfied with only half the canvas? Are you content to simply revel in mediocrity? I say no, we must settle for anything less than 100%. For every pixel we must conquer, we declare to the world, we stand atop of the summit of our ambitions. Let them call to us. And obviously, as you can see here, she's just making the most crazy, like, kind of war speech ever in terms of taking over the canvas. And obviously, it worked because, yeah, it has been massively taken over, and this has been a really great event because I feel like, it has provided a lot of different interactions with many VTubers, including this one, which I found particularly funny and wanted to share with you guys because, again, pretty much what neurosama has been trying to do recently is trying to take other streamers' stream keys, which I think is absolutely insane. Because obviously, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like a reward for them. They want to take the stream key in return for letting them have a little bit of space on the canvas, which is so funny. And obviously, recently they were playing a game of rock, paper, scissors, and well, you'll just see what happens because it's absolutely hilarious.
That's tough. Do you have a couple of business days you can wait for me to answer?
Nope. I need your answer now, or the stream key will return to my hands through other means.
I think we should play rock, paper, scissors for it.
Alright then, this time for real. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Rock.
paper.
Damn, you got me.
Guys, I feel like there might be some cheating going on here. There's a suspiciously long pause after the 3.
There is an extremely long pause. What's up with this programming?
Yeah, obviously, as you can see there, they were playing a game of rock, paper, scissors, and neurosama purposely paused after saying 3, 2, 1 to wait for Connor's response of rock, paper, or scissors, and then obviously just gave up and then said you know, whatever she said, and then obviously Connor then responded afterwards, obviously cheating. They were both trying to cheat at this, which I thought was extremely funny, because again, you know, it's just so weird, and I don't know what it is with neurosama's interactions. They just tend to be like really entertaining overall, in terms of like, especially whenever she interacts with other people and they're just trying to mess about with her, you know, messing about with like rock, paper, scissors, I thought was just so funny. And obviously, yeah, it has been a crazy kind of event so far. Now, obviously, one thing to also mention is obviously, you guys know that, you know, Connor interacts a lot with people like, you know, Mouse and things like that. So you would expect the VTuber that would have been taking over Canvas the most probably would have been Iron Mouse, or maybe some kind of affiliated people, for example, a lot of XV Shoujo members, stuff like that, like Giga, you know, Henya, maybe, you know, you'd see some of those kind of all over the canvas. But it seems like I can't even find any sign of them being on the canvas at all. Maybe there's some really small one somewhere, but again, it has been absolutely taken over by the swarm, which I think is crazy. And not to mention, Connor actually kind of mentioned some things to do with the event in general. They have some power-ups, right, where you can actually do certain things on the board. You can create like a big like bomb space where you can create like a big like gap in the image, right? And there's some other power-ups as well, which I think were hidden from Beetle and people like that, to kind of, you know, obviously give a little bit of surprise. And apparently these people actually data mined the power-ups. So they managed to data mine what the power-ups do, so they know what they do when they happen, which I think is absolutely crazy. And obviously that shows you how dedicated they are, to the point where they're data mining this, you know, website, literally to find out what the power-ups do. And also, not to mention as well, there's also a factions kind of mechanic in this entire website, right? Where, as I said, you know, you can join your favorite streamer, you can put up like a collective template and everyone can join in, which I think is great, because obviously, yeah, it does encourage this kind of like storyline, I guess. And obviously, yeah, people have been talking about that. But essentially, cdawg revealed that he only has about 3,000 members. Well, I say only, that is quite a lot. He's got 3,000 members in his faction, right? Which have been doing their job. But neurosama has over 8,000, which is crazy. She has 8,000 members, which is, yeah, over double of what cdawg has, the owner of this entire website, the owner of this event in general, which I think is so crazy. And as I said, it does really show you the power of the swarm. Obviously, you guys absolutely bombarded my video last time, which I thought was funny, because again, a ton of you guys have been taking a part in this event, and I do think it is a really great event, because it is kind of bringing a lot more attention, obviously, to Neuro, but also to other VTubers as well. And obviously, as I said before, there was a lot of people not very happy with this going on. Again, I think it is a little bit of a fun kind of situation, and it's more of a fun kind of thing for everyone. No, hopefully, because obviously the website is down at the moment, I hope that they do get it back up, and I hope once they do get it back up that they decide to expand the canvas like they did with places like r/place, because I do think it could actually benefit a lot of smaller streamers, because obviously it's all funny that neurosama is taking over the space, but obviously there isn't any room for any other VTubers that maybe want to make themselves known, which is also a very important part of this event, is, you know, getting a lot of smaller streamers involved. And hopefully we can see this kind of canvas expand, and more people and more smaller and just other people getting involved too, because obviously it would be nice to promote them. But obviously it's not really a big deal at this point. I think that, you know, neurosama has made a really funny kind of situation about this, and yeah, I think that it's been a great event so far, and I think cdawg has done a great job at kind of running this and getting a lot of VTubers involved, because again, I think the only non-VTubers involved in this currently is like cdawg and Pete, Premier 2. Again, that's probably about it. Again, I don't think I've seen anybody else involved, but hey, you know, maybe there was a couple of others. But yeah, I do think it's kind of crazy. I think it was kind of funny just to show you guys, as you guys seem to enjoy the video last time. And it's just a little bit more of a positive kind of note, because again, the swarm is approaching and it seems like they are taking over you know, this entire kind of place, which I think is insane. But yeah, anyways, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kazza, get 10% off again. They got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.